Dougie, you left this very room yesterday saying, I hope it's going to be a positive post-match. Well, that's exactly where we can start. It's 4 goals, a victory, a hat-trick. It's a good menu.
Yeah, you can't ask for any more than that, David. The only disappointment tonight is losing the clean sheet. I thought they deserved that. But again, when you don't do the basics and don't shut people off and allow them in the pitch, especially on the stronger foot, the inevitable was going to happen. And that's my only disappointment tonight. I thought over the piece, we were good value for money, and delighted to see Big Jack get a hat-trick, and everybody's very happy tonight.
That's where we've got to start. Talk to us about Jack's character, his performance, his resilience, and what you saw today.
Yeah, listen, I've just told him to keep knocking his pan in, and the goals will come. That's unfortunate, the position that any number 9 plays in any team, they're going to get criticism because the fans see that as their main goal threat, and when you're not scoring and missing chances, the frustration from the crowd comes onto the pitch. But I thought he's handled himself immaculate. Sorry. And today he gets the 3 goals, which he fairly deserves. 3 great finishes from him as well.
In terms of, we spoke through the week about the wider group, the cohesion, the feeling across, the bonds that players have got. What really caught my eye was, and I'll mention it to Jack and we speak with him, was how his goals were celebrated by his teammates.
Yeah, everybody's around him. We know how valuable Jack is to us. It's not just his goals; it's everything off the ball that he gives us. Winning headers, winning fouls, getting us up the pitch, using his strength. And when you're not scoring, it starts to affect him because that's his job at the end of the day, is to put the ball in the net. So hopefully tonight with the 3 goals, that certainly gives him the confidence that we believe in him. We all believe in him. He just needs to believe in himself, and hopefully the 3 goals tonight kick him on for the now at the end of the season.
What about your wider analysis of the 90 minutes?
Yeah, I think at times we made it hard for ourselves, Dave. I know we're sitting here with a 4-1 win and 3 points, but again, maybe against, no disrespect to Queen's Park, a better team that we could have been punished. They had good chances. We have to do more. But we got our goals at the right time. We got the second right on half time. We got the third just after half time, which kills your tie, stone dead, and then we go and get a 4th. The only disappointment again, like I've said, is the goal that they score and we don't keep a clean sheet. But again, we have to play each other again on Tuesday. No game's ever the same, so I'm sure they'll be hurting and they'll be looking to change that on Tuesday. But we've got to go there with confidence. We want to get to a semi-final. They'll be the same, but if we can play like we did tonight, then we'll give ourselves a great opportunity to be there.
Are there any other little positives that yourself and Mark and your analysis team will see that maybe we supporters, not knowing the game plan, didn't pick up on? Is there anything else that caught your eye today?
Yeah, I think at times, obviously, when you go 3-0, it's easy. I thought at times we kept the ball really well. The conditions, David, didn't help any team. It was just similar to the game last night, a game that I thought should never have took place. The conditions were pretty bad for both teams. The wind was really swirling. It was difficult to see where the ball was going to come. But no, I thought the group as a whole played the game really well. Considering the conditions, we never took risks when we had to. We went forward. I thought the front 4 were excellent. Josh Mullen, Andy Winters, Dylan and Jack, certainly first half, and then we changed it. Vonnie gets another 30 minutes, valuable minutes. Sean Byrne comes on and gets 10, 15 minutes. Ross Matthews gets minutes. So overall, it's a really pleasing day to get the squad back. We're only missing 2 now in Lewis Stevenson and Callum Fordyce. So the squad is very competitive now, Davey. And that was my message before the game, is now everybody's back. You have to be at it, or unfortunately you're going to lose your place in the team. So that's always good for a manager, having the squad available to selection. It means everybody's on their toes. Training's always lively now. And then, like I say, if you can get results like that every week, we'll certainly start to push for up the table.
Really strong options on the bench, and you weren't afraid to use them. Is that something that's great to have in your back pocket, where you're saying there that you've got to be on your toes? Not that players turn off when there's a limited bench there, but there's people that want those jerseys.
Yeah, obviously, when we made the first subs, Dylan was frustrated coming off, but he's on a booking. We have to be careful. We don't want to lose him because he's a valuable player for us. So, again, it's just things like that, But you see the frustration in players. They don't want to come off. They want to be on. They want to score more goals. And that's great as a manager. You see the drive from them. And that impressed me today. Easy for players just to come off and not be bothered, but Dylan wants to stay on the pitch, but we also have to be careful. We can't be picking up bookings and losing key players with the games coming up.
I'm going to save us another interview on Monday because you must be getting sick of the sight of me, so I'm going to ask you about Tuesday night's game. But it's a group of professional footballers with high standards, but entitlement and complacency will be words that I'm sure will be mentioned in the prep.
Yeah, of course we can't get complacent. You know, they'll be, like I said, hurting. They'll be wanting to come out Tuesday and turn us over. So we need to be ready for that. You know, they'll prepare. They'll watch analysis. They'll see where we hurt them. They'll see where they can maybe tinker a few things to hurt us. So we'll be ready for that. You know, we know the importance. We know we want to get to a semi-final. We want to at least try and get to the final if we can. But first and foremost, we need to take care of the game on Tuesday to give ourselves that opportunity. But yeah, we'll be ready for that challenge.
The great thing for yourself, as we've just said, is that you've got a range of options. You won't be approaching Tuesday night's game in the same manner.
No, you know we've got options. We maybe change one or two personnel, but certainly the key message is we're going there to win, and that will be the message all week.
Congratulations for today. We'll give you a day off Raith TV on Monday, and we'll catch up with you Tuesday night. Good luck.
Thanks, Davey.